All right, welcome everyone to the Eve growing system. Today we are emptying out our tower gardens. Our kale tower gardens did so great this year. As you can see from some of the pictures. Now, if you're not following our Facebook groups, 3 of them. We got one on Vernmenting, permaculture setup. We have one for outside composting, CBCB, and we have the Eve growing, which ties them all together. This one I'll post on my Eve growing because I'll be emptying out some of these towers that look very similar to the tower garden, but they're not, they're soil based. So here's the ones that I'm going to be emptying out. These are kale that are infested with aphids. Towards the end of the season we got a ton of aphids, and that's too bad. They got it the best of them. But you know, in the future with Eve, as I've said, as we mechanize it, these aphids we'll have our towers go into these rooms that are similar to a room that you'd send your car to be painted, you know, and we'd send them into these rooms and would blow a ton of air, and all these aphids and stuff would go stick into the walls, and then we would wash the walls down. It'll all go into a drain, and that will all be saved as well. Nothing wasted, all is sacred. All these parts I'll be using again. So I'm going to be working on this. These I'll turn into worm food. So a lot of cool stuff going on here. Today's December 2nd, 2020. So we're getting ready for 2021, the year of Eve. This model here is an older model now, because from now on when I do it, I'm going to go 5 inches here, allowing more reservoir for the plant to feed off of. This means less watering. Now for you people in California, Africa, India, Haiti, all the hot places, Eve growing is designed specifically for you. Now I just emptied out the first bin. This was a 3-tier bin. I just emptied out the first one. I'll show you pictures, and there's just teeming with red wigglers. The secret to Eve growing, of course, is one secret of Eve growing is these reds that just do the amazing work of it all. And it's almost like emptying and starting a new Vernmenting bin. Once I emptied this out, all this material used, I don't know if you can see that. I should take a picture of it, but I don't want to stop the videoing. Let me see if I can lift it up. That's basically what the inside looks. And again, I will be showing everybody how to make these, but you people who are mechanically inclined can get a sense of it. Okay, the water goes from the top from here, goes through, and then comes out the bottom here. So you can stack these a mile high, and using soil, and we can do everything these soilless growers can do and more, because we're composting, we're recycling, we're reusing, we're turning all of our organics into awesome soil base and soil amendments with our castings. My carbon-based composting bins that are outside are my soil based, and the castings are my soil amendments. So basically what we got going on here, these are all the roots. These roots go down into this wicking can, and I'll show you the new model. When I make the next year's model, 2021, I'll show you exactly what they look like. It's going to be even better. We're constantly building on it. I say we, but it's really me, right? Let me just look at this one to see what we got for worms. And I haven't watered this for a very, very, very many months. As you could tell, this kale, if I can organically, it's been cold, but if I can organically figure out how to get rid of these aphids, like I just said, bring it room, and you know, when our gardens are mobilized, we have this go into the elimination room. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but it's a room where the tower rolls in. We spray it with air. Maybe there's a vacuum sucking it up. Everything blows, sticks to the wall or whatever. We wash the wall down. There's a drain in this little room, and this drain is this liquid from the drain goes to our carbon-based composting. Nothing's wasted, is what I'm getting at. This bin here has a lot of roots, but not many reds. All these cans will be used again when I build this again. But I do see a lot of finished eggs, castings. I do see a lot of finished eggs. all about wicking and clothing. This one's 50, 50, 50 polyester, fabric, acrylic, and 50 cotton. So actually this one's probably 50. This is probably 100% acrylic because it doesn't look like the red's got it this as well. You could tell if it's 50-50 cotton and 50. Oh, there's a red here. Let me mix these around. Again, who knows? I left them probably too long, some of them. All right, that's that one. And now, look at this one. See my aphids? Let me see if I can get it to you. The aphids got at this good. So, that's not good. But we'll get them. We'll master that. Other than that, these towers we ate on all summer. You know, imagine if you lived in California, these things would probably be wicked high because you'd have that sun all day long. My yard doesn't get much sun, and thank God for Eve grown where I can roll it. As the sun heads north, I can roll it into where I get the longest sun, which happens to be the driveway in my backyard. Okay, so that's what that looks like from the inside. I'll take these kale out. Feed those to red as they are, aphids and all, because those aphids won't make it through my the way I process this. I'll mince this up fine with my power composter. See, look at all the aphids. I could probably save that and wash it, but you know, I froze so much kale this year, I'll have enough to get me through the winter. Kale is a good crop to grow for a leafy plant because it's got all the good stuff. See, there's a worm on that one. I'll have to make sure I get out before I send it through my power composter. Those of you who follow my Facebook groups, links below. I show pictures every now and then. I should do it a lot more than I do. But. Bring video closer to here so you can see what it looks like. Wicking cans. This was my filter, so the water. This one I should have opened up a little longer. Early in that, you can see these reds just loving it. They're just all in here. It's amazing. My outside reds are a lot deeper red looking. This is all dry here because I haven't watered it literally for a long time. A couple months, easily. Look at all those roots. So you Johnson Sioux people, with your composting, your carbon-based composting method, you can get your compost working a heck of a lot faster if you abandon some of those steps. I feel wasted steps with the tubes and all that. My CBC is the heat. That's what we're after. It's just a side note. There's tons of reds in here. Anyway, and this was, okay, this doesn't look like much, but even this unfinished compost becomes food. See, we're still composting even when it's in the towers. And these worms are gardeners. They're aerating, they're adding good drainage, and of course with Eve, we save all that. Try to keep it still, will you, Mark? All right, I will. Let's see if we see. I see a lot of reds, right? The last bin had a lot of eggs in it as well. See, there's an egg right there. So these towers are worm farms as well. And luckily we got these today. It was a beautiful December day, so I'm glad I was able to save these guys. But you can see the eggs. It's like an amazing worm farm. And I did nothing but packed it with worm food. This was the separated from the soil to the reservoir. Look at these guys. This was in just one container because of course every container is packed with awesome stuff, all stuff from our yard. Biodiversity, we're all talking about it in farmers and stuff like that. We're all talking about the biodiversity that we're losing from commercial farming. Well, all that biodiversity, as I've said in other videos, is in the produce we buy. It's in the organics we purchase, whether it's paper bags or newspaper, produce, and of course, even meats here at Eve Growing, we process it all. There's nothing that's off limits as long as you have a couple key thoughts. We have to always be mindful of pathogens, so our CBCB, the heat that we get, would kill those. They say, and I'll put another link there, that vermiculture itself kills dangerous pathogens, and that's something important to know. And we have to understand, and all you great scientists, you soil scientists, and those who are, you guys do the pathogens. The roots actually take the pathogens up, because again, with Eve Growing, as you can see here in the background, our leaves never touch the soil. So it'd be very hard for a pathogen to get there. And I think if you want to call it a chance, the chance that you could get pathogens, everybody worrying about it, and we're sending all this organics and the energy needed to take it from the farm to the cities, and from the city, the garbage waste of it back. So that energy, that huge energy, could be canceled out. We're talking about planet life changing techniques here with Eve Growing. How anybody, no matter where you live, can make soil. And we're going to need to make soil. And as I've said, as if our lives depend on it, because in all reality it will. So this is my kale tower now. It was awesome looking earlier, but it was a great grow season. Next year promises to be a better growing season. You know, when you become an urban farmer, it's always about farming. It's all year round. You're making soil, and you're planting seeds, and you're growing things and seedlings. It becomes a chore in its own right, a job in its own right. And once we master it, guys, as I've said, through technological unemployment, which is imminent, as I've said, we can all start doing all the various jobs that involve all growing food for each other. And each of us could do our part. So that's basically it. My next video, I hope to show you exactly how to make this tower that mimics Tim Blank's tower garden, and all the different runoffs or spin-offs that go along with Tim Blank's tower. There's so many of them. Everybody's pushing soilless growing, aeroponics and hydroponics. It's not worth it, folks. Eve is so much easier. Make your own nutrients. It's so much better for the planet, as I've said, because of course we're composting and we're reusing, we're recycling, we're not creating more plastics. Everything here, this tower, literally under $15, and that's being, you know, the grommets are less than 80 cents. The tower was probably 5 cents. The buckets, I just am an expert garbage picker or sanitation engineer, or I could see stuff on the side of the road and I could say I could grow with that. There's uses for all this industrial waste for us to grow food for ourselves and our families and our friends and our loved ones. That's the way of the future, folks. And I got a couple podcasts I'd like you to listen to. Peter Joseph, who I want to plug this video to. He's doing some amazing work. Don't give up the battle, Peter. I hear in your voice you got a little a sound of not being hopeful. You got that sound in your voice, but keep up with these talks that you're doing, because they'll stand the test of time. And you know, I call you the Paine because you are like the Thomas Paine of our day. And we'll talk more about Thomas Paine in upcoming videos if there's an interest. Okay? That's it. That's all I have to say for now. God bless. Over and out.
So